say you. Papa Mora Jegri up when anywhere, Mamba Sivole. Sivole. L'arrangeur parmi national, très trop fort. Puis à club, mais on va essayer de sauver des nouveaux gars. À moi, ça y faut. Pas pour mon yao. Papa n'y guitare, petit, l'oiseau fait son nid. Kaidaka, Pena Paya Posa Gogo, Mambo Panjago, Apoblo Akaway, Waposa Yonkaway. We are for them one money, upper clay, you can. None your see one. Kata tu yo pe atinyo de won e mo o nese to kan we ti zo koko ke we de ye ble ko wo ria na kan na salude postu o kata tu yo pe atinyo de won e mo o nese to kan na pwesi yezo boko ke wede yeble ko ya kanike na konkete nya be wewe na nyon sa o feble ane e yajo wale yajo le sadu woja yesu gba bete wa kan la yo bokan dia ayi we na o sai bobo daji anu ana wi se yi wo ba àwọn te yo pe mala ni debo anu e o aje. Yes, I'm going to buy the good mwege. Hey, Imo, Maga. Am I gay? One of what I would, I guess me, I'm going to end it the boy. Oh, ow. Say, Bobo, that Giano, and I will say you. So, like it, I'm going to never boy. Netoni, and Rayo. Hey, are you? Oh, but we just say, oh, yeah, I'm a cocky labor. Kaidaka, when it goes to work, I go to let you know halfway. I just see how this is what I say. Saibo, yeah, you like to have them one by one name on tell it by Potamu, Kanyada. Planning Papa, Pinagasia, Paka on Lage, the Buesi, the BSC, baby. Don't yes, you don't get no one. Don't say, Bob, where's the dress? You, Mammo, Palipo, that Giano, and I will say you over. I will. Saibo. In back to a black guy, do it so say. I just want to lay a bat to an apple, you see you okay. Wait, you, Ivo, Saibo. On the Krian, walk like a bad day noir. It was a was. So, the one you're naturally thankful to play. Say, Bobo, that Giano, and I will say you over. I'm done in it. So, away. I know Russell, baby, Russell. South Africa, your fault, your way. Thank you for your work, and my one. I'm the Pope, and you don't finish it, I say, oh, Clavodio. Say, back in work, we are coming. Say, Bobo, that Giano, and I will say you over. I'm a people, Swallow, Ninda Swallow. Quamuka, do not get that Sico Bala. Clavodio, I say, it was a do looking. Say, I say, oh, my, you know, get one day, yeah. Your family, you're the Monday now. Everyone, I say, oh, my, I'm more now. Say about that, Giano, and I will say you. I wish a rule of you, my, so when you went. Saibo, that Giano, and I will say you. Return your man, don't you? When you know I say, it's a mayo. That was the Yasu also won't go. Amora Chinola,
alors il a fait un son pour Mobile Production.
Arrangé Eric Lodé. Le don de Dieu pour la musique de l'Ouest. Je te détesterai jamais. Jamais, jamais, au grand jamais. Mobile Production. Abia dia au bois. Amounia Dro. Moi, toi, Pierre. Pierre, mon moyen. Moyen. Pierre, mon moyen. A toi, Pierre, qui a volé. Pierre, mon moyen. Ah, Pierre, oui. Ndato Pierre, se prononcer. A toi, Pierre, qui a volé. A Bossia, oh. Moyen. Pierre, mon moyen. Moi, ça vaut ça, il connaît. Mon moyen. Pierre, qui m'a volé. M'envoyez moi. Ah, Pierre, qui m'a volé. M'envoyez moi. Eh, Pierre, oui. Pierre, oui. Pierre, oui, bébé. Ah, qui a volé. Pierre, mon moyen. La poche yo ji avere so no juni emble mo bli amado let's play jamone chi panyone ne mo waja chi panyone ne ja play bone na kanyo po siabu tiena de kanyo de ko de se perdu de ya Pierre mo moye Pierre mo moye Pierre mo moye Ogarba oyawesa moye tiblo no kujon boba terbono ma boye ble Pierre we Pierre mo moye mon blé production oh Pierre mon blé production assez au clano ya wa ke lo mu lo ko je Pierre mo moye Erico na Pierre moye ah Jalico na Pierre moye a to Pierre moye die na pa yeble to Pierre die na pa yeble ah nie Pierre ah Pierre moye Erico ja to Pierre mare bomu ja to Pierre Erico de bomu ja to Pierre mi omo daka do jale ko ye nyowo pa opa bla ye de nyani ye ble gba kite ya o anade kro aja be atia nyoro gba de ki abudi ye ono homono ne ka double ye so bo somo so ble so danyo passeble asenyo na yeta esa ye libo sanele e to Pierre jawe ke to Pierre point so we ke to Pierre iwa mo pa kaya no e ka sene la ta ya mo la o siane to Pierre ki agba ile papa ko ya o a to Pierre moye ah nu agba mo e dibe ko agba mo e nu agba mo e Pierre we a Pierre nu agba mo e Pierre we a Pierre mo moye o Pierre mo moye kayo padà we na bo kan go ah tideji ah tideji we ah mara tidie me o awo moye o buba kari to kwini to wake asa o made moye Pierre mo moye Pierre mo moye ese sonia brutie ase o mama sableye Angela Wene ye bobo pangla wuye Angela Wene na ma bobo pangla wuye Angela Wene Angela jo ma chapa ke yo daria jo moye Angela mo moye ah oh mama mo kebla ya mama kebla de we you ah when you're flashing, I Moye, Piero Moye, 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 Piero Moye, Moye, Ale, Moye.
How you all
Testing 1, 2, 3. What is your problem? Nelson, I'm on air. Can I call you back? Love you.
ce que tu as dit sur moi, on m'a rapporté. Tout ce que tu as dit sur moi, on m'a rapporté. Tu as dit que moi je te nourris pas. Tu as dit que moi je t'habille pas. Et tu as dit que moi je te loge pas. Depuis des années tu vis des malheurs. Et avec ça j'ai eu des enfants avec toi. Et avec ça j'ai eu des enfants avec toi. Oh yeah, mama moué kumba. Oh yeah, mama moué kumba. Tout ce que tu as dit sur moi on m'a rapporté. Tout ce que tu as dit sur moi on m'a rapporté. Tu as dit que moi je te nourris pas. Depuis ce temps-là tu n'es pas encore morte. Depuis ce temps-là tu es encore vivante. Tout ce que tu as dit sur moi on m'a rapporté. Tout ce que tu as dit sur moi on m'a rapporté. Oh yeah, mama moué tout bella. Oh yeah, mama moué kumba. Nyonso zali koloba bayebisinga. Nyonso zali koloba na bato bayebisinga. Olobi tenga na lingi yo te mama. Olobi tenga na neglige yo. Alors que tovandinga na yo mingi mama. Okolisinga nga mpe nakolisi yo. Tokoli elongo ntango ya mpasi. Oh yeah.
Good evening, folks. Samson Tour again, live on LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm having fun already. I want to thank all of you that's following us. Continue to watch on LIBERIA Public Radio. Thank you very much. It's a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Stay with us because I think we're going to have fun tonight. The program that I'm going to be bringing to you here tonight has been requested. It was played last Monday, but the people called and said, do it again. So I'm going to do it again. Thank you for watching me make a fool of myself. Thank you, brothers and sisters. It's nice. It's nice to make sure you allow me to make a fool of myself. I think it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Just stay with me. I'm trying to fix something here. Very quickly. Okay. All right. So for you to allow me to make a fool out of myself, like I said, I appreciate it, and I say thank you very much. All business here tonight. Like I said, the show that I'm going to be showing you, especially the roadway condition that I'm going to be showing you, it's already played last week. This gone week, this Monday. But people call and said, do it again. When I have 4, 5, 6, 7 people calling me, more than that, calling to say, replay that, then I think I need to do that. Because I'm here to certify you, the audience. That's all that I'm here to do. So thank you. Stay with us, Samson Tour. Safety, folks, safety. I keep saying this. This summer, we're going to be doing some serious safety conversation with you guys. And that is, something's going on. But anyway, what would be his reason? Hello, I'm on air. Can I call you back? All right, thank you. Okay. All right. So, this coming summer, I will be talking to you about safety. And I'm trying to do heat stroke, heat-related illness and stuff like that, because sometimes it gets hot. And sometimes we have our relatives, older folks over there in the East Coast, or even here, that are quite not familiar of how to deal with heat illness. So I will take time this summer to discuss that. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and talk about role. Like I said, not that I don't have the ability to discuss politics. That I do well. I am a political junkie. You know that. You know who I am. I'm not somebody who is a slash or somebody that. You know who I am. You know what I'm capable of doing. So I can do politics. But tonight, I thought that I'd try to talk to you about the role Because if you went on to read about some of the information, the finance ministry was able to get, I think, $210 million from World Bank, and in that writing there was specific role. So as a Liberian who was also having to be engineer, not good engineer, but engineer, get his way. So, and I do role. So I think I will continue to talk about roles. And even if I'm successful in getting contact over there, that I'll be able to talk about role, not job. Let me say again, not job. Getting to discuss role condition and getting employment to discuss role condition is two separate things. My interest, discuss role condition, no employment. Let's get that out of the way. But anyway, we're all here to serve. Whenever I get called, if I can, I will. If I'm not able to, I will let them know. But it's not something that I'm sweating over. Let's put it that way. But anyway, so the roar. By the way, how do you like my real? Somebody called here the other day, and I think that's why I will call his name. Victor Exanko called me and said, "What are you doing in Lofa County attire?" Yeah, come on, say I Lofa man too. Let me knock that out of the park. But let's go. So I will be discussing mainly tonight. My conversation is going to be about role, and I'm just trying to pick four here so that we all can get ourselves together and be able to go. Last one on safety. Take care of your car. Your car will take care of you. So role. So I already told you, Minister of Finance. I think they're gonna get a loan, $210 million for 10 years or something like that, for role. So, and if they are successful in getting $537 million for role as well, that's a lot of money. Okay. So I'm not saying that I know everything about road design and road construction. No, they have some people here who, when I was coming through the process, some Liberians were teaching me, because they are very good at this kinds of stuff, and they know themselves. Okay, you got some Liberian bridge engineer here that running company, people millions and millions of dollars worth of company, construction company, design company. They are Liberians, but I just have a big mouth, so I want to run my mouth. Okay, so let's talk about role. Okay, so the government of Liberia have one or two way of going about the road business. Before I do that, let me remind you, when former President Madam Salih came to power, 2005, her first Minister for Public Work, the late Willie Knockers, had some sort of a placard on a cardboard with a map of Liberia. I'm not too sure if anybody remember this, but you can research it. I'm sure nowadays things are archived anyway. So you will be able to see it. He has a placard on a cardboard with a map of Liberia. But in the middle, down somewhere, they have like Monrovia. But then he has a road connection, all coming from Monrovia, going all over the counties. And then I thought to myself, wow, interesting. But now, this new government is continuing to talk about road. So I want to play part in it, not necessarily working for them, but I want to participate. I want to be part of the conversation, and that's what I keep pushing this line. In fact, I think I'm part of the conversation already, but that's what I'm pushing this line, so that I'll be able to have the opportunity to discuss. Basically, what I want to do, what I would really, really love to do, is to go there, get my hand on some of these young engineers, and say, this is how you get your road to be up to standard, modern standards, construction standard, everything. I want to be able to go there and teach, show them. Not to work, but to show them, then come back. Okay? But anyway, let's go ahead. So when I played my stuff here the other day, people called me and they wanted me to come and replay it. But this time around, I'm not going to do second here. But the raw, all of the raw video that I'm going to be showing you that I took myself were video that was made from Ganta all the way to Zredru. So nothing fancy. These are all Samson to LPR video. But I want to show you these things so you can see. Madam Sally was in power for what, 12 years? And we have a ditch in the middle of a highway. And Ganta, Tapeta, Zredru is a major highway. There's a major highway. It's not something to say that farm to market or some sort of a village road or some sort of a logging company road. This is a major highway. But the neglect of our people, it's terrible. It's bad. I can't master it. I don't know how to express it. Because these are people that are all Liberians. People that live from Ganta all the way to Maryland. They're all Liberians. So in case of any issue, God forbid, if any other country come to attack Liberia, people will come from Grand Jide, Maryland, Sino, even Nima to come and fight for that country, to die for that country. So why is it that we're not able to give them decent role? And I keep saying that you don't have to give those people ask for what you call quota role. You can even give them chip and seal, very cheap. Cheap, easy to construct. But those kinds of stuff are never part of the conversation whatsoever. I'm not too sure why. There was a gentleman that came to public work, and I was in contact with him. He told me exactly what he wanted to do. In fact, he had people to go and study how to do chip and seal. But guess what? They took him out. Well, I guess he resigned because he didn't like the way things were going anyhow. Okay? But the point that I'm making here tonight, folks, is this. I don't want to, while I'm still alive, I will make noise. And thank to Alfonso So and Nathaniel Kripwa and the LPR staff giving me this kinds of platform, I will make noise. Follow more. I'm not making foolish noise. I know exactly what I'm talking about. You want to challenge me? Come on my show. And if you think what I'm saying doesn't make sense to you, come on my show. Call me on the show and tell me what you're saying is wrong. And then if you show, because when you say somebody is wrong, if you truly want to engage that person in terms of conversation, if you say you're wrong, I will listen to you. Show me why you think I'm wrong. And then we can go through that. So I will run my big mouth because this area I know. I'm not talking about Town and what have you. This is a serious place. So tonight, I will again show you Raw. I will first show you a segment of Raw, and it's all between Ganta Tapeta. Now, I don't know what happened though, because when we got to Sesto River, from Sesto River, I went and slept in Town, by the way. The next day, I drove to Zredru, so my mind was still fresh. So from Sesto River all the way to Zredru, the road is bad, but it's not as terrible, as ridiculous as the one in Nima County. Now, I'm saying Nima County because road is in Nima County. That's why. I'm not saying the Nima people make that. So let's get that straight. Nima County is not the Republic of Liberia. Nima County is not the Republic of Liberia government. They too they're suffering as well because from Ganta all the way to Tapeta, all the holes, those are Nima people. So I'm not saying that they're better, they're enjoying more than people. No, every one of us suffering. But the road in that area is bad. But for some reason, when we got to Grand Jide, it seemed to me that my brother-in-law, actually Abraham Wewe, because he was a development superintendent, and so he was sensible, because I used to talk to him anyway, but he was sensible enough to see if he can do some grading, maintenance specifically. So when they start, and that's what was not happening in Nima. What I saw, I did not see any kind of maintenance. But when we got to Granjide, I saw fresh track of graders grading the road, maintenance. They were not building it, they were not rebuilding the road, but they were maintaining the road. So in anything you do, maintenance is important. So I think the folks in Granjide perhaps decide, well, we'll just maintain from Sesto River to Zvedru. There are certain places on the road that are bad. Like there's a spot to Seniwayne, very bad. There's another spot to just before you get to Zleta, very bad. There's a little bit of a stretch just before you get to Zvedru, very bad. But everywhere else was just, even to town. I was surprised. When I went to the area that I used to go swimming, Tianwen, the bridge was still there. The road was good. I don't know. I don't live there, so I can't tell you say they did this and did that. But the point here is this. What I'm going to be showing you tonight is still happening in Nima County. And I'm not saying it is the fault of Nima County. So don't put any kind of foolishness on my stuff yet. I know Nimadians are very serious people, but we're all on the same boat. Or in the same boat. You can't be on the boat. If you're on the boat, you're on water already. So we're in the same boat. In other words, no, on a very serious note. For some reason, the government of Manab Salif, one reason, I don't know, maybe they don't have the money, or they have the money, they don't want to pay attention to us. So I don't know. I'm not going to, I can speculate. That I can do, but I'm not going to make a firm judgment to say this is what happened. I don't have no evidence of that. Everything else is speculation. That's my job. Samson to LIBERIA PUBLIRADIO, folks. Okay, so I'm going to show you a row, and this row take you from watch and see, because I had some people in the car with me. LPR correspondent in Liberia, Sandro, who traveled that road frequently, know the area real well. So he was helping me to tell me some of the places. So let's look, let's watch. And then after that, I will show you the road that I showed the other day, the construction of a new road somewhere in the Midwest, okay, where they took. And the reason why I showed that the other day, because the soil is pretty much about the same type of soil that we have. Okay, here's what you don't know about clay. As a road construction person, as a road designer, first of all, you have to know about your soil, because the soil of the area would give you an idea of how much thickness, what kind of structure, structure section you want to put down. When I'm talking about structure section, the road you drive on concrete. Most of the road here in the United States, they are made up of 3 segments. Most of them. I'm not saying all of them. Most of them. And even asphalt, what you call quota, they are made up of 3 segments. One is the base. Okay, soft base. Let's put it that way. Soft base. Now, your soft base is something that you go and dig out and you meet natural ground. You say, okay, this place is good. After you finish doing your soil testing and things like that, what are the places, rocky? I'm not going to go into that. That's geotech. I'm not touching that. But anyway, so after you finish getting to your top, your soft base, then you put base over. The base you're putting over most of the time are borrowed material. You take it from one side, bring it down, because it might be foreign to the area. Now, if you have good soil in the area, you'll still utilize it. I'll give you an example. You have a hill and you have a valley. So you're going downhill to go up. So the valley between the 2 hills, you want to fill them up. You cut this hill, dump it. You cut the other side, dump it until you reach to the elevation you want. Now, that means the soil in that area is okay to use. So the base can be high, okay? So after the base, okay, then you come out, and these things, they're not just you put it down and go, yes, Samson told. You know, those of us that was born in the countryside, now that I'm an engineer and I'm working, And every time I think about what I saw back home growing up in Toll Town, Blown Town, I call it Pecan, Mwepliwe, what I saw. Those folks, even though they couldn't speak English, but they are damn good engineers. I'll give you an example. When I was growing up with my grandma, there was no bed, but guess what we were sleeping on? True story. I don't know about you, but those of you that are from the countryside, you will understand what I'm talking about. In the village, they take mud. Pile it up. Man, these people are just good engineers, for Christ's sake. They take water, spring it over the dirt, then they take the stake and beat it. And I'm beating roll. Oh, Jesus. But they take that stuff and pound on the dirt. They pound on it. Guess what they're doing? They're compacting. They're compacting their bed for it to be firm so that when they lay down on it, it doesn't crack. So that when they're pounding that dirt, they're also using the water to soften the dirt. Now, the thing about it is, now that I'm older, even though my grandma is not alive, but I keep wondering to myself, how does she know when to stop to put the water, mixing the water? How much water does she need so that she will know the form of the dirt? This is how she used to do it. When she made this bed, dirt bed, put the water over it, pound on it, then she will take a piece of it and squeeze it in your hand. And she looks at it. Now, as I'm talking to you, I'm getting a little bit emotional here because when I started going to school, when we started doing soil engineering, okay, we do the same thing. You take the soil and squeeze it. If it's wet, you know what that is, how much you can pretty much know the water content in that soil. And I guess that's what she was trying to find out. But how do I know? I have no clue. But after she squeezed that dirt, she feel that the water dirt makes is exactly what she wants. She'll add no more water. So she will pound on it. Now, how does she get it smooth? This is what she does. She take these people, my goodness, the engineering behavior back home is unbelievable. She would take dirt, grass, put it in the water, sprinkle it, and spread over it like this. You know what she's doing? She's using travel, the one they use for concrete, to smooth the top. And she can smooth the edges. Okay? The only thing is, and usually when they're doing that, they got fire in the house. Folks, I was born in a countryside. I didn't come to Monterey. I was a little bit older. Okay? So what they're doing, the heat from the house, making that thing dry. Now that I'm an engineer, this is exactly how you test your soil. If you want to know the water content of your soil, you take it as it is wet, you weigh it. Simple stuff, it's not anything engineering. You take the wet soil, weigh it, you put it in the oven and dry it. Then you weigh it again. You subtract the this is just a simple engineering stuff. Okay, you subtract the wet soil from the dry soil. The difference is your water content. Folks, I'm laughing because these people used to do that. Okay, they used to do that. Another one, these people, they're very good at soil. They know. Another one, yes, other thing. Now I'm going to go. In fact, I'm not going to talk about raw. I will talk about the engineering abilities of our people, even when they're making farm. Okay, I'll take you back to the countryside. People doing I was there. I never thought of it. But here's what they do. Those of you from the countryside, you will understand this as well. They brush the farm. They cut the tree. But they don't just burn it. They wait. They usually do it in the dry season. They wait until they're all dry. Then they go and burn it. Yeah, the people call it slash and burn, but they burn it. Guess what? When they burn it, the arches of the tree, of the leaf, and everything else, all over the ground. Okay? So usually when they finish burning fire, that night it will rain. So the rain, now the ash, guess what? Fertilizer. Oh yes. Folks, these are things our people used to do. That's how they live. That's how they continue to. They know what they were doing. Okay? You don't need heavy equipment to do X, Y, and Z. Okay? I remember when we used to make farm, when we had to cut rice. Sometimes you go like this to cut the rice because the rice is so high, so tall. They're cutting it from above your head. You see me doing this? I'm cutting the rice. I'll forget that one. The only thing I don't like about cutting rice, usually as soon as you get on the farm, little rain come, and then the rice leave. When they rain on you, the rice leave. And that's that I don't like because your itch all day. But anyway, so when they come, when they're ready to plant the rice, okay, some other people use other space, other people use whatever they use, they turn the dirt over. Okay, but guess what? The ashes of the burn material now mixing with the soil. And how many topsoil do they take? Maybe 3 inches, not even that much. So it's all topsoil, and usually all of the ground that they're turning over is all black because the agricultural fire have burned that area and turned that thing into fertilizer. That's engineering. So let's go back. So our people know what they were doing. Another thing, let me throw this one at you. Let me throw this at you. Okay? Man, these people, they're just smart. You know how to build a house. Put a stake all around. Put a bamboo on it. Put a dirt on it. I'm not going to tell you the process. But when it's ready to smooth it, what do they use? What do they use? And I'll tell you the reason. They use cow poop. I'm not making it up. They go and collect cow dung, and mix it up. You know why? Because the cow dung has grass. Because the cow eat grass, so the dung has grass in it. So they use the grass, the cow dung, to plaster the house, the outside part of the house. And guess what? It becomes insulation. Think about it. What type of insulation do you have here in this place? Between your house, between your studs, between your drywall, they're insulation. But because the people over there, they don't have drywall, they use those kinds of stuff for insulation. So that if it gets hot, the heat don't just penetrate the house. Because remember, that's dirt. It has pores in it. The heat can go in. But with that plaster, cow dung with the grass, it becomes insulated. The heat doesn't go in as much. So inside of the thatched house, it usually cool off. I'm not making it up. If you're from the countryside, you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay? All right. Now that I've taken you back this evening, showing how our people were surviving, why they were doing some of the things they were doing. Another thing, because I also know metal, because as an engineer, you have to study a little bit metal material, steel, and how you make it, brittle steel. I'm not going to go into structure here. But another thing, back home, in a village, places like Town is a town, it's not a village. But those days we used to have an old man in a blacksmith. He has his wood long stuff, maybe about 4 or 5 feet long. But then they take the goat skin and put it around a big stuff. You put your hand. I did it as a young man, young boy, small boy. I did it. Put my hand in it, and then you go there, and then what does it do? It blows the air into the fire. Where he has a metal in there, And then he take it out and pound on it. What I couldn't understand, and I have an interest in that, but I have no reason, I have no clue why was he pounding this hot iron just so that he would make a knife, or just so he can make something for a woman then to plant rice. But why was he pounding on this iron? Guess what? Man, our people are smart, oh. These people, they do the same thing here. But with them, for them to make it easy to mix chemical, all kind of junk together. Over there is raw. What the old man was doing that I didn't know was he was lining all of the steel fiber, because the steel sometimes they're not their makeup is not all lined. So when he's pounding, pound here, turn it around, pound here, pound the edges, he's lining them up so he can form exactly what he wants. Yes, another thing that I didn't know. Okay, when he's doing that, okay, he has a big bucket of water here. When he pound, then he's shopping in the water. Guess what he's doing? He's strengthening that steel. How do these people know these things? How do they know? How does he know that if you put that metal in a fire, at what degree does he? Here they have the temperature gauge. It tells you when to take the steel out. He doesn't have no temperature gauge. How does the old man know when to take this thing out? And how does he know how many times he pound that steel in order to form it the way he wants? My people, yes, something to say and say, engineer. Test the people in total. Those engineers that couldn't read and write, but it's the use of build houses. Another thing. I'm going deep in here this afternoon because it's just disturbed my soul. You know, it really disturbed my soul to find out that I'm an engineer. All I do, I read. Those people are not reading. If you're building your house, okay, they call what they call pitch, okay, slope. How does old man Shoro, my uncle, how does he know that he's building a house that requires 1 to 2? That requires 1 to 6. How does he know that? How does he know that from this edge here to the roof, top of the roof? How does he know the distance? How does he know how I can do it now? Because I have a calculator. I can calculate and tell you how high I want this thing to be and what is the edge of the roof supposed to be. How does he know that? How does he know that? So when I went home, being an engineer now, when I went home recently, I went to my dad's house right here, my uncle's house right here. But my uncle built this house, and people still talk about it. It was such a unique building that is unbelievable. He started from the front, about 2 feet above the ground. By the time he got to the back, it was almost 7-8 feet high. How does he maintain that? And it was level. It was level. So I went, and just because of that. See, this is what you do as an engineer. Folks, I'm taking your time this afternoon. That's fine. That's fine. You want to stay with me, fine. If you're not, no big deal. But this is what you do as an engineer. Especially a country engineer like myself. You know, I decided when I was going back, I said, I'm going to take a level. And because I've been thinking about how my uncle was able to build this house, so I took this about 2 feet level. I took it with me. So when I went, I measured all around the perimeter of the building. It was level. How does he do that? I have no clue. Another thing he did, that if I'm doing now, I will also have to calculate how many racks I'm going to need in order to go around the perimeter of this house. I'll give you an example. In Ohio, my first building that I tried to build in Ohio, we had a contract. I was working for the Nigerian guys, a contractor. We had a contract, and I know how to do survey. So my first building, it was over in Cleveland. was supposed to build some sort of a regulation building, something like that. But I was there to lay it out, and I lay out the building. But as we went to do the measurement, I was off by about, I think it was like 2 point something degree, and I was using instrument. So I had to correct myself quickly before they started digging. Well, how does he able to maintain? How does he do it to be able to maintain the angles of those buildings? Those are engineers. You don't have to be a reading person, college level and thing. The only thing it does, getting a college degree, gave you an opportunity to make big mouth just like Samson took. But to be honest with you, if my uncle was still alive, and we started having conversation about engineering and what have you, I won't be able to touch him. Okay? So let's go on. I just thought that I try to put that in there because the reason I'm going back to the village and all that is still within us. It's in us as Liberian. All of these things that I'm talking about, it's not unique to Town. There are people all over Liberia that have the ability to build houses, never went to school. They have the ability to do forging, metal forging, never went to school. They don't have these fancy equipment, but they do them because they're smart. So I keep saying, if we as Liberia really want to improve our situation, we will be able to do it. No question asked. You want to tell me these people that did those things? My uncle had kids. And you want to tell me among all his 250 kids or whatever, you want to tell me nobody in among those kids that have the ability to do what my uncle was doing? They do. I'll give you an example. And I'm going to be bringing this on myself. So I just want you to understand that these things are possible. My other uncle, used to be in the army, called Paibo Toke. He used to be the best band master in Liberia. He couldn't read. He couldn't write. But he could read music and play music. The best. So they took him. Here's the thing. Like I said, I'm giving these things here. Here's what was going on in Liberia those days. There's a guy. They call him Mayor Banto. We call him Mayor Banto now. But anyway, all of the crown people, the big crown band people, they were all warrant officers. None of them was lieutenant because they couldn't read and write. So they don't want to keep them as sergeant either. So they make them warrant officer. And they were happy. So what they said to Topman was, according to the story, we can't continue to do this thing here. We can't read, we can't write, but we want somebody, our own son, that to be ahead of. So they brought Banto in. They call him Mayor Banto. Those of you that know Kela, his name is Kela, you will know what I'm talking about. But anyway, he became mayor above his older brothers. Okay? But the point here, let's go back to my uncle. So my uncle he was such a tough musician. He was teaching the people how to play band. You bring any kinds of national anthem for any country and bring it in like brother, go to Paibotoke within 2 days time. The band people will master how to play that, and that's how they used to welcome the other country government officials when they come to Liberia. These people play the band because Paibotoke was teaching them how to play their national anthem. Guess what? His son, the late Roberto, the guy that used to sing Aye and Barrow song, Roberto, if you know who he is, my brother, he started playing music. And he was very good at it. He was like almost like Mirror Dollars then, playing music at the same time. Barrow, he was a Barrow man, so most of his music was about Barrow. Lone Star, if you know what I'm talking about. Because his father was doing that. And guess what? 2 of my kids, Nelson and Samson. Samson is a genius. In fact, he's now teaching music somewhere in how do you call it? Pittsburgh. I've tried to play guitar. I can play only one tune. That's it. The tune don't even last 2 seconds. I'm be done. So I don't know anything about music. But guess what? This young man Samson studied in Italy with one of the maestros. So now he's a conductor. He's a pianist as well. Where's that come from? He's my son. Where's that come from? I've never played music in my life. The man can't play music in her life. How's that come about? My uncle. Okay. My other son, Nelson. I think you can see him sometime on Facebook playing guitar. He has what they call perfect pitch. You play any tune, he will tell you what the, how do you call it, note, the note of that tune is. Because he had this in his head. He's my son. Okay? So the reason I'm using myself as an example is this. Everything that we do, things that comes out of our mind, these things, God help us, they get passed on to our generation to come. So let's go back. If we Liberians, if we want that country to be beautiful, it will be beautiful. Liberia was never like that. If you go on YouTube and type Liberia, you will find Broad Street that you're looking at today. It was not like that. It was a dirt road. But Liberians over the years decided we're going to improve our situation. If it wasn't for the war, Liberia would have been way above a lot of people, a lot of countries in West Africa. But that's okay. God gave it, God take it. God will give it to us again, and we will do it. All we have to do is to come together as brothers and sisters, because that's our home. Our home. So you have, now let me tie all of the nyama thing I've been telling you about. Let me Samson told that proper radio. Folks, what did they put up here? I hold on. Oh no, no. Okay. But here's thing I'm telling you. Okay. So if we want to do something for ourselves, we will. Nobody gonna stop you. Okay. So we have a government that is pretty much, by this time, I don't think you're able to look among the members of President we are government and say, oh, they want our countrymen, oh, they want our Congo men. You're able to do it anymore because everybody's together. Okay? So you can't say that Congo people keeping us down or that country people say, there's no country in Congo anymore. I'm from Total. I'm talking to you right now as an engineer. Not even working, not Total engineer, California engineer. Okay? So you can't tell me Congo people keeping me down. No. We're all pretty much on the same level. Now you can say, Mr. Toad, they have it before you. Yeah, that's okay. But guess what? You're not gonna kick them out of Liberia. They're part of you. We're all in this boat together. When the boat was rocking 12, 15 years ago, all Liberian was rocking. The Congo people say, oh, my Congo men are not rocking. No, the boat was rocking them as well. Total people, the Crown people say, oh, my Crown. No, everybody, the boat was rocking. Every one of us will suffer. We suffer. So, yeah, again, the opportunity is there for us to do it as a group. You can't leave people behind. The government must seek qualified Liberians to work. The government must go out and recruit qualified Liberians to work. Don't bring me in because I'm your friend and you know I cannot perform. I'm not hurting you alone. I'm hurting the whole country. Because here's what's happening right now. You got more Liberians, young, not old people like myself, young Liberian, sophisticated, highly educated. They're not in Liberia. Most of them are all over the world. But still, they love their country. If you want to test my theory, and I call it theory because I don't have no scientific proof on that, so please save me that. But if you want to test my theory, try your best and visit each one of these section organizations from all over Liberia that are here in the diaspora. These county organizations, go and visit their leadership and tell them, ask them to put up their credentials. Oh my God. Some of the leaders from these section organizations, from these county organizations, when they put up their credential, you say, but then what are you doing here? Why are you here? That's the first question you ask them. Okay? Okay? Because the thing is, highly educated, very skilled. They have the skill. They have the skill. So the government of Liberia, if you truly, truly want to be inclusive, bring people on board that will be able to do the work. Yeah, you will say, but Mr. Stowe, we don't have that kind of money. Well, if you bring in somebody, in fact, yes, Liberia government, in fact, if you come here to the United States to recruit, let's just say ministerial position, master degree, in fact, forget master, 2 master degree, but we'll pay the person $3,000 a month. We want you to come and work and see how much and how many applications you're going to get from Liberians in this place. $3,000. Well, I put 4 finger up. I mean 3,000, and then an engineer, you can't even count. I said 3, I put 4 finger up. No, but $3,000, $3,000. And you have Liberians that are making 7, 8, 9, 10,000 more here in America. They'll be willing to go home because every Liberian that I know that are educated are willing to go home to work. But the role, they put a wall. It seemed to me, I could be wrong, but the Liberian government seemed to me has put up a wall. Only friends and relatives allowed. It shouldn't be like that. Open this position up for people to put in application. Let the qualified Liberian do this job. Don't just take somebody who you know. If the person is not doing the job, he's not just hurting you, he's hurting the whole country. And we can't move. You employ me, you ask me to do a job. I can't do it, fire me. Whether you and myself play football for 10 years, doesn't matter. I can't perform, I'm out of there. Get somebody, Jabba Road, that you don't even know, put it in that position if he can perform. What's wrong with that? Why can't we do that? Why can't we do that? Common maintenance. Maintenance that does not require higher degree of engineering. You can't perform. You got Minister of Public Works. These people are supposed to go and assess the road condition all over the country and be able to supply these counties with equipment. What the county themselves, they have what they call County Development Fund. The government of Liberia should mandate the county officials to set aside certain amount of money for equipment to maintain their road. Here in this country, what do? I told you guys here the last time. California, we have Nevada, okay. We have, Nevada. There's another state down there. I don't know. But anyway, that's not total. I'm coming to count bound Liberia. That's not what I'm going to do. But anyway, here's what they do. From federal level to the state level to the county level to the city level. Okay. So the federal government, they're in charge of all the federal highways. The state in charge of all the state highway. The county's in charge of all the county's highway. The city's in charge of all the city streets in their city. And you can see in some of these cities, they have these little enclave of city. They do that so that they will not manipulate the system. I'll give you an example. I told you before, I work on Highway 80, and I will use Highway 80 for a while. So if you state to state, California, you start working, you pass Truckee, you go into Reno. There's a state line. You get there, you get to the state line. You're making your state line your march line. But guess what? You're not going to come and try to put a material that is not suitable, or that is not recommended, or that is not approved by Nevada Group. They have to review your connection. They have to they don't care about whatever you use in California, but as long as you come into the state line, the material going to be reviewed by Nevada engineers, and they will be involved because that's a state line. So what do? It's okay, you build California, build to the state line. Nevada, you take it and go to the next state line. And they keep going on and on. That's why all of these roads you look at, they almost look alike. You don't even know when you're leaving from one county to another. You don't even know the difference. Because there's an understanding that if we're going to build something that goes around, that goes through state to state, they must match. And that's why all of these safety things they put on the road, they always look alike. Okay? Because these people have a system. Okay, I'm going to show you a road here. From Ganta to Tapata. Highway, major highway. What do they have? Ditch in the middle of the road. Why is the Public Works Ministry, it's not even going around to do an assessment before the rainy season comes about? They got cars. Why can't they do some traveling? Why are you sitting over there in the office to do what? Get out and tell the people what is going on. As I was saying before, the government, if the county officials are unable to use some of that county development fund to buy what they call yellow machine to be able to maintain these roads, the government must mandate this city county official to do that. Set aside certain amount of money. Here in this country, if you have a company, you don't go and spend millions of dollars to buy. You go to the bank and borrow. Borrow against your own interest so that you say, this is what I want to do. And the government, if you have good credit, they will borrow. They will let you borrow the money. So the government can set aside a certain amount of money and say, county, you're allowed to borrow this amount of money. But if you borrow, spend it the way you say you're going to do. And once the roads are there, the county themselves going to generate fund to repay the government, Republic of Liberia government money. Because nobody in Liberia want to be a laughing stock or somebody just taking people money and not doing nothing. Because we're proud people. But here again, ditch in the middle of a highway. Folks, Samson told, if you're still with me tonight, I think you're in for a good treat because I'm gonna do my best here to show you this thing here now. It's another Liberia road, okay. But what I want you to pay attention to is this. First thing, there's no super elevation. You know when you say super elevation, when you're bending the curve, you see the curve, you see your car tilting the way the curve bend. That's super elevation. I'm not going to go deep into that. But the reason they do that, so your car don't slide out and fall out off the road. But if you're speeding, centrifugal force. I'm not going to go into that. That's not the issue here tonight. But they do that. They don't have it here. If you look at the road that I'm going to be showing you, They don't have 2% going this way, 2% going the way. And the 2% that I keep talking about, the reason for that is for drainage. So that you'll be able to drain properly off the road. They don't have it. And since they don't have 2% crown, that crown that's supposed to be in the middle of the road, they got flat, the rain, when it rains, the water say, I will use that as my crown. But instead of me making a crown, I'll put a depression in there. And here goes a ditch. In the middle of a highway, you have a ditch. Samson told LIBERIA PUBLIRADIO, let's watch this. I'm not too sure why I'm not getting any sound, but let's try this other one.
Folks, I just told you about truck weight. Here comes the truck. Now, what do you think this truck weighs? Slow, back, please. Look at this. Look at this truck. He's going to go by and go on to that cover that I just showed you. And look at this place here where he went through this. What if this thing was wet? There's no way. Look at the kind of hole they have put it in, because the road is not built to support the weight of this truck that just went by. Look at this. This is one of the major bad spots. I can't show you that because all of these is all wetland. Wetland. This is all wetland. Now, if you have a road that is built not to support the kinds of weight that just went by, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to mess the road up. There goes a bridge. Oh, like I said, look at the creek. Look at the creek. Look down there. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. And that's one of the reasons. All of those trees down there making a dam. So when they can't go through the tree, the water come back up. Oh, we're trying to find our path now. Folks, this is interesting. And I'm scared. But I don't have to show that I'm scared. I don't want to hope I don't think I'm scared. But anyway, let's go on. Look, okay. No, on a very serious note. If you have a road like this that cannot support the weight of that truck, what do you think? And he's not the only person. They have other trucks that go by. You're going to create the problem we're having right now. Okay? And I'm not saying they're all because of trucks. If you're going to build a road, okay, and the road, and here comes another ditch in the middle of the road. Interesting subject coming up now. What we do now? Okay. All right. So, but the point here, if you build a road and the road it's not built properly, you don't have good compaction to the specification, you don't have good grading, you know, there's no grade drainage system set up, you're going to have these kinds of stuff. So to make situation worse, the truck comes in, the weight of that truck, the road cannot support the weight of the truck, but yet still they have to go through it. And nobody enforces the rule. Okay? So what do you want? You're going to have something like this. And those of us that live way outside of Monrovia, like in Grand Junior County, we suffer the consequence of inept behavior of these government officials that are responsible. But instead, if refuse. Look, here comes another ditch. I'm not going to play the tape until I leave Liberia because I don't want no problem. Okay? But here comes another ditch in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road. But these government officials refuse to implement some of these things that we have suggested to them over and over. What they need to do. And you saw public work recently. People were fighting for jobs. And I bet you within the next 3 years, they're not going to perform. They're not going to perform to their duty according to what it's supposed to be. You're going to, 3 years from now, I come back here, I will show you the same thing. Nothing would have been changed. Nothing. So what do you expect? You're going to have these kinds of stuff. You're going to have Big Mouth Samson told narrating all day. Okay, we're in a nice area now. I mean, considering the situation we just went through, this is better.
This is Liberia chip and seal. Let's put it that way. I love it when I do that. All right, folks, stay with me. Folks, I just told you about truck weight. Folks, my understanding with East Secretary now. So this is a Secretary market ground. And look at the ditch. Look at the ditch. And this is Secretary. Look at it.
Okay, I think you guys have seen the Secretary situation before, so I'm not going to play that. But again, as I said, maintenance would have done a good job. You would have been able to see the ditch would be gone because the grader will come and grade and stuff. I'm just weak when I do these kinds of stuff because these things are so simple, so simple. You don't need people to talk about it. These are things we can do ourselves easily. You know, you put something, you give them a decent role, and you ask them to maintain it, they will maintain it. But the people get okay. Let me now play what I told you about the other day. The role. This road is being constructed, and I will go through and narrate some of the things. I'll do my best. Just stay with me, Samson told LIBERIA PUBLIRADIO. I will do my best to make sure you get what I'm trying to talk about. This is a road construction. The road, yes, the end result that they were trying to get, and all of the process they go through. What they're trying to get is the type of condition, the soil condition we have back on, which is clay. They're trying to have their dirt, which is not suitable for road construction. But in that particular area, they're going to mix it with slurry. They're going to turn it inside out, grade it, do all kinds of stuff to it. Let me mix it up with a fool. You know the Dumba in Liberia, when people say, oh, they're beating Dumba. And the Dumba, those of you from the countryside, the Dumba, they don't just take it and start beating it. They cut it, cook it, and it comes into pieces. And they take that pieces and put it in the mud, and they beat it. They put another one, I say beat. Let's pound. Let's use the word pound. They're beating here today. We got from total. But anyway, they pound the Dumba in the mud. Anyway, so you put pieces, but then when they do that, sometimes there are some knots, but then they keep pounding it until the knot is completely disappear. It's the same thing that they try to do here to this road. The road, they know the place is the dirt is not suitable. The dirt is wet, but it's not strong. It tears easily. Then you say, how dirt tear? Because they chemical makeup lose easiness, so they tear. Anyway, I'm not going to go through that. Okay, but the point here is, so they try to make it to be stable. Let's watch now. I'll try to explain as we go on. Okay, here you see this machine you're looking at, the truck. They're trying to take the slurry from this truck on your left to the truck on the right, because the truck on the right is the one that's going to be used to put the slurry down and mix it with the dirt. Here it goes. Look behind the truck. You will see the white stuff. That's the slurry. The slurry trying to mix up with the dirt. Watch the white lining behind that. Now, not pink. That's the slurry. The slurry is mixing in with the dirt. First, they take this machine here, turn the dirt over. Okay. This machine turning the dirt over. Now here's the slurry. You see that white stuff? That's the slurry being mixed into the dirt. Just so that they will achieve what we have. A strong base. That's all they're trying to do here. Because that place is not strong. They can't get the kind of compaction they're looking for. So in order to get a stable and good compaction, they have to mix it up. Okay? Now, see here? See that machine mixing the dirt with the slurry. Okay, now here's the other machine. After that machine that makes the dirt, this one really makes the dirt and makes it just like you do with corn when you're baking cornbread. how you mix the cornbread, all the nyama thing, and you mix it. This is what they're doing here. This machine mixing and grilling at the same time. Ah, yes. Watch. These are simple stuff. County Development Fund. You can purchase one of those machines easily. Okay. But you see the white stuff on there? As the guy go through, here comes the grater now. And on the side of the grater, there's a great, how do you call it, compassion foot, sheep foot. And they're mixing and also compacting the area. That's the grater in the bike, grading as the other guy. Yes, the other one here. See what this guy's doing? He's also turning it up. So the grader, compact it, turn it back up, and come and do the same thing. Yes, the sheep foot still going. Those of you that asked me to do this, I hope you're staying with me. Okay. So here it goes. Okay. Yes, a grader. Watch the blade. You see this where that blade is. You see how they slope? That's 2%. The blade, the left side of the blade, that will be your crown. From here all the way on top of the asphalt, that will be the crown. Okay. Yes, a roller back there. Okay. The grader is grading, and the guy in the background rolling. What they're trying to do is to achieve exactly what we have: clay soil. I mean, the compassion of a clay soil. They're not gonna get clay soil because this is not clay soil. But you see, okay. See it? Okay. Now the people over there, they're testing the soil to see if the little machine over there, they call it nuke machine. The machine, you dig a hole about inch deep and put your pen in it, and then they measure, nutrimeasure. They measure the nutrimeter on it, and then it tells them how deep the soil is, how deep the compaction is, and so what do they get? The percentage of compaction they're looking for. Because all they're trying to do is to get a firm ground. Get a roller, they're rolling still. Okay. Okay. They're getting ready to pour asphalt down. This is the asphalt. Because they already achieved the compaction they want. They're going to put the asphalt down. The asphalt, which is maybe 4 inches thick. It's not thick enough. But because you have a strong base, so if you put a 4 inches thick asphalt on it, it will be able to go through. No problem.
Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Come on, let's do it. We like it like that.
See, you see the guy rolling, the same rolling machine that he did. That's why he's using for the asphalt.
Let's do it. We like it like that. Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. What's the matter? Come on, let's do it.
So these things are not that difficult. We can do it.
Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Stop. Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Master, come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Riverside, come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Woman, come on, let's do it.
Okay, this other machine here, they're putting some sort of emulsion over the asphalt to protect the asphalt against the element, the weather element, you know. And they also, if you go, it's called HA5, okay? It's what they put down to protect it, so that at least the asphalt will last a little longer. Because when the asphalt goes on the ground, the dirt, the chemical mix-up between the dirt and the asphalt is a different thing. I'm not going to go into that. But this is what that's for. That protect the asphalt from cracking for a while. It's not that they're going to last forever, but they put that on there so at least it will last for some time. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm on it again tonight because those of you that call me and say you want to see it, I'm just showing you. Okay. Okay, folks, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I just thought that I'd show you that. I'm going to be going here very shortly. So it's very interesting because these things can be done and we can do it. I'm not that tired. Let me do a little dancing here and see how far I can go with this thing this evening. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio.
Tokoli elongo tango ya mpasi. Oye mama mwe tubela. Oye oh mama mwe tubela.
I'm not sweating. Ah, yes. If you don't believe what I'm saying, you want to challenge me, give me a call.
Tout ce que tu as dit sur moi, on m'a rapporté. Tout ce que tu as dit sur moi, on m'a rapporté. Tu as dit qu'avec moi, tu ne voyages pas. Tu as dit qu'avec moi, tu ne vas jamais au cinéma. Tu as dit qu'avec moi, tu n'as jamais mangé au restaurant. Oye, maman, moué, kumba. Oye, oh, maman, moué, kumba.
Okay. All right. Okay, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I just do this to let you know when I'm talking about these things. Not that they're easy, but at least I know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking. This is no BS. This is a serious problem here. So we need to take that seriously. Okay. So if you understand what I'm talking about, it'll be easy. All right, let me open the line. Let me open the line for folks to give me a call here again this evening. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Give me a call. Give me a call. And let's have some information. Let's have some discussion here. Call me. Samson to. Number 916-533-2048. 916-533-2048. Give me a call. Let's have a discussion. Usually, what it means when I bring the call, I mean I'm getting ready to get out here. I'm not going to be here that long. No, but I'm very serious now, folks. These things we're capable of doing them, but you cannot do it in a mix of confusion. You cannot do these things if there's no trust. Those of you that were elected, you were elected because people trust you. And I keep saying this. The group of Liberians nowadays, they are not your Uncle Samson told Liberian business, though. These are young people that have quite prepared. They prepare themselves. They're just as sophisticated as you are. You can't put a wolf over them. You can't put a wolf over anybody's eyes. They know. So they will continue to challenge you. That's okay. You need to live up to the challenge. That's all it is. And in the meantime, don't get me wrong, there will be some people that will challenge you without any evidence, that will challenge you without even bringing in any kinds of super or something to discuss. They just want to talk. But that's okay. You pay attention to what you're doing. Okay? And if you do that, you will be fine. You'll be fine. Okay, I will continue to talk about role. So if people watching, they don't want to call, that's okay. You don't, like I said, you don't have to be an engineer to call me. You call me and ask a question. Any question. you want to ask, I will answer if I can. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. My he ain't paying anybody more. Nobody here paying my more either. So if I don't know, I say I don't know. No, but I'm very serious now. Give me a call, 916-533-2048. I'm not going to be here for another 5 minutes or so. But what do you think about these things that I'm talking about? What do you make of it? Do I full of nonsense? Am I wasting your time? Do you think these things that I'm saying, are they possible? Can we do it as Liberian, as a group? Can we do these things? So, tune in Friday again. I'll bring us some more stories. I will continue with the roadway. I'm trying my best. Before the summer is over, I will do a live design here. I've been saying about a live design for the last 2 months or whatever. But what is giving me a hard time is that it has to do with technical issues. So once I have that technical problem resolved, we will get on it. But it's a very serious business. Okay, it's a very serious business. So when I just here talking here and there, if you see me quiet a little bit, I'm watching myself. I have about 1, 2, 3, 4 monitor that I'm monitoring myself. So some of them are delayed. That's okay. So I watch myself. Now I'm watching myself dancing, making fool out of myself. But who cares? Who cares? Give me a call. Give me a call. You know, when you do that, when I don't hear from you, then it make me like, okay, well, maybe they have no interest of what I'm talking about. That's okay. That's okay. Let me see. Let me before I do that, let me go back. Give me a call, 916-533-2048. Let me go back and see what people have been writing. Mr. Jonathan Gageway, happy birthday, Mr. President. Many more to come. Happy birthday. Very nice guy. Very nice guy. Captain Jonathan Gageway. Happy birthday, my brother. Okay. Through Samson to LIBERIA. Okay. This road work is in Iowa area. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a DJ, so I don't usually play. Okay, keep driving. You don't have to call. You don't have to call. Those of you that are driving, you don't have to call. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, I can't see most of it because I've already gone off and I'm back. Okay, folks, if you can't call me, that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to call me. That's okay. We can deal with it as long we know. Okay. All right. Let me go dance a little bit and then get off here. I've been out here for quite a while now. Again, what we do here is to let people know that these things are possible. Remember now, I'm from Toad Town, by the way of Mwepli Way. You know what I'm saying? So these things are not something that cannot be done. Let me go back. Oh, what happened? I'm tired. That's why I'm just shaking my head out. Ah yeah.
Nyonsolo baki mpe bayebisinga. Tu as dit que moi je te nourris pas. Et depuis ce temps-là tu n'es pas encore morte. Depuis ce temps-là tu es encore vivante. Oh yeah, mama moué kumba. Oh yeah, oh mama moué kumba. Tout ce que tu as dit sur moi on m'a rapporté. Tout ce que tu as dit sur moi on m'a rapporté. Tu as dit que moi je te nourris pas. Tu as dit que moi je t'habille pas. Et tu as dit que moi je te loge pas. Depuis des années tu vis des malheurs. Oh yeah, mama moué tout bella. Oh yeah, oh mama moué tout bella. Nyonsozali koloba bayebisinga. Nyonsozali koloba na bato bayebisinga. Olobi tenga na lingi yo te. Olobi tenga na néglige yo. Alors que tovandinga na yo mingi mama. Okolisinga nga mpe nakolisi yo. Tokoli elongo tango ya mpasi. Oh yeah, mama moué tout bella. Oh yeah, oh mama moué tout bella. Oh yeah, mama moué tout bella. Tout ce que tu as dit sur moi on m'a rapporté. Et avec ça j'ai eu des enfants avec toi. Oh yeah, mama moué tout bella. Oh yeah, oh mama.